Stay down until the power of the Lord comes down.
Every T, I don't doubt every I. Got more flaws than a little, and I messed up 1,000 times. I don't always commit. Sometimes I give up way too quick, and then I get tired of trying to run away from who I am to who I wanna be. Some days are better than others. I can be up and I'm down. Beyond my mistakes, I'm found in your grace. There's one thing will never change. You still love me, in spite of me. You still chose me. How can it be? Every flaw, you see it all. You see it all. You still love me. Oh, in spite of me. Stubborn at heart, I'm quick to put it down. I do it all by myself, I won't ask for help. And sometimes my mouth is smart, I can be insecure. Doubting other people's blessings and never stop to notice what I got. Yeah. Some days I'm better than others. I can be up and I'm down. But beyond my mistakes, I'm found in your grace. And this one thing will never change. You still love me, in spite of me. You still chose me. How can it be? How can it be? Every scar, every flaw. See it all. You see it all. You still love me. Love me. You still love. You still love me. In spite of me. You still chose me. How can it be? Every scar, every flaw. See it all. You see it all. You still love me. Let me hear you say yeah. Can I get a witness? Then give me what I deserve. Love so ridiculous. Singing hallelujah. Can I get a witness? Give me what I deserve. Love so ridiculous. This singing, you still love me, in spite of me. You still chose me. How can it be? Every scar, every flaw. You see it all. You see it all. The word of God is power, sharper than a sword. Speak the word.
Speak the word with Reverend Crescent Hessam. Tune in and be blessed at 7:30 on a Tuesday. Speak the word.
Speak the word.
To renew in your mind, to keep the devil alive in your feet.
Speak the word.
To leave the past behind and be who God called you to be.
The dawn of a new age.
Future without limits.
Countless boundaries. A future
Where everything is possible.
without limits. Full of love and wonder. So explore creativity. Revoke your limits. Exceed your potential. The future is here.
New Season Worship Center, located at 4660 North University Drive. Welcome to a brighter future.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
It is time for Yes with
Good
Yes.
evening.
Please welcome.
Good evening, good
your
evening,
host,
good evening.
Yesenia Leva.
Yay! That's a great way to get started. That's a great way to get started. How is everybody this evening? Good to be here. Good to be here with you guys. Good evening, everybody there on Facebook. How are you? Miss Julia, good evening. Anna J, good evening. Nice to see you there. Hi, everyone on 89.1. How are we this evening? And everyone listening around the world. We are growing. We're blessed. We're here. Hello, everyone on YouTube. I was there with you guys this morning on YouTube. That was pretty fun to see that we can interact and write back and forth on YouTube in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to so many more of us joining and worshiping and having community all day, 24/7. We're here for you guys. Good evening. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. We're here. You guys know what happened on Friday is pre-weekend, and you guys have Pastor Steve and Minister Brown tomorrow morning, so that's always fun. And thank you guys for being here, for all of your support for New Season Gospel FM and the whole family. So really appreciate you guys. Anna J, good to see you. Thank you for always tuning in to our programmings. It's amazing. So it's been a journey, guys. It has been a journey. Good evening, Faith. How are you? I get to be here with you guys and share a little something. I always look forward to it. And of course, you guys know that Mina with Faith Matters is always the one to tell you guys what's going on as far as the days, the months, and all of that, right? And so she mentioned on Monday that when I came in, I told her it was Wheelchair Day or something like that. Yes, Wheelchair Day. And it was. Indeed, it was National Wheelchair Day on Monday. I don't know how I feel about that one, but it was National Wheelchair Day, which is great because it's recognizing how people, use wheelchairs for mobility and things like that. So that was cool. That was fun. And then overall, for the entire month of March, there's so many things going on. In as far as celebrations and recognizing different days. And so one of them is Developmental Disability Awareness Month. That's a mouthful. Developmental Disability Awareness Month. And it's awareness of inclusion or raising awareness of inclusion of all the areas of life and awareness of the barriers that people with developmental disabilities like myself. So if we don't know what a developmental disability is, spina bifida, cerebral palsy, anything that you're born with and that you, moving forward, live with throughout your life. So it's raising awareness for inclusion of developmental disabilities and raising awareness of the barriers that people with those different disabilities still face today in connecting to the community in which we live. So it's all about inclusion and how, in spite of, I always say in spite of, not because of, in spite of our disability, whatever it might be, we continue to advocate for the opportunity to be included in different aspects of community, whether it's church, whether it's community living, whether it's employment services and education, or, going to Publix, going to the grocery store, going to a department store to buy clothing. That is something that is still not 100% accessible because a lot of times, unfortunately, you can't get into the changing room. That's one of my pet peeves, and I always make it a point to advocate on this when I see it and when I come across it at a department store like Macy's and things like that, because the changing rooms or the ADA handicap accessible changing rooms are still used as a storage room. Why do we do that? I have no idea. They are not storage rooms, guys. If you work in a department store, I plead. Those wheelchair accessible changing rooms are not for storage. They're for people that need it. People that need to sit down to try clothes on, or people that need to get in with the wheelchair, scooter, something like that, maybe with a companion. So that lets me know we still have a long way to go in regards to training, but it's fine because that's what we're here for. So it is Developmental Disability Awareness Month, and so it's exciting. And the reason it's exciting for me specifically. One, because I live with a developmental disability, and so I can relate. So that's pretty cool for me. And two, because this is a month where we kick off the celebrations as it pertains to educating the community, the general public, on disability and disability related topics and things. So you hear a lot about events coming up between March, April, June, July, August, and then all the way up to October, which is disability month. The entire month is also a different type of disability awareness. So, it's going to be a few busy months moving forward, kicking it off now in March. And so, with that, there's a lot of events. And so in this time, pre-COVID, we would be doing expos. We would be doing information and resources, providing that to the people. We would be doing shows. We would be doing so many things. One of my favorite ones has always been the Disability Expo, which is all disability, adaptive sports, the whole 9 yards. Of course, now with COVID, we're kind of slowed down. However, there are still things going on here and there, and one of the things that's going on, it's been on for over 35 years. It's the Family Cafe. The Family Cafe is one of the largest, probably the second largest disability related conference that takes place in Orlando every year. It's huge. It's probably the biggest one. It's huge, huge, huge. And unfortunately, I've never been a part of it. It is costly. It is in Orlando, just so many things. So I have not, up until now, with the news that I'm going to share, I had not had the opportunity to be a part of it, even though I wanted to. And so just recently, earlier this week, I got an email from the Family Cafe. Basically, God is good and everything happens for a reason and a purpose. So I've been selected to participate in an advocacy summit, which again is hosted by the Family Cafe on behalf of the Florida Developmental Disability Council on the topic of fair and affordable housing and transportation, specifically as it pertains to the policy and advocacy sides of these issues, as a self-advocate and as an advocate for others. And so this is going to be pretty huge to be in the same room with fellow advocates that are advocating for these particular situations as far as the transportation and policy and things like that. But in general, just advocates. I mean, the opportunities can definitely be huge. More opportunities, more groups, more networking is everything in this network and in this business, if you will. Networking is everything. Like we hear, it's not who you know, or it's not what you know, it's who you know type of thing. So it's a pretty big deal to have been chosen as a former Partners in Policy Makers graduate to be a part of this conference. So it's pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to being a part of it. And so I reached out to them today, actually. We've been going back and forth in email. I'm like, hey, if there's any opportunity to speak in any way and just participate, I would love to. And so this is hoping and praying that we can travel by then with COVID and other things that just actually popped in my head, but it's gonna be awesome. And so I'm excited to continue the advocacy work and the work of making sure we are all included in the community through these different situations, if you will, right? So that is exciting. And so when these things happen, when good things happen. Hi, Akil. How are you? Hola. Hoy vamos a hablar español. So when these things happen, the awesome opportunities, as I just mentioned, with going to do the advocacy conference in Orlando, or what I'm actually doing with you guys right now, just being here talking to you guys about these things, I know I have a purpose. I know, and I firmly believe that we all have a purpose in life, and that we're here to live that purpose, and we're not going anywhere until we complete or live that purpose. I'm a very firm believer in that. And with recent medical situations that I've been living with, and it's really put things into perspective. I mean, when you think COVID and you think hospital and you think isolation and just how delicate your life can get, literally, from one day to the next, it puts things into perspective. And instead of asking myself, why me? A lot of us tend to do that. We say, why me? Why do I have to go through this? Why did God choose me? Or why did God choose so and so to give them a child with autism or any kind of diagnosis? So what I like to say always is, why not you? Why not you? What is so special about Yesse that she should not be going through the situations and circumstances that she's going through to make her grow, to make her expand her mindset, maybe to learn whatever it is that experience is teaching her? So I want to share with you guys this next song that is very close to heart. It's very close to heart. When I heard it, to be honest, I remember telling someone, I said, hey, I can't listen to this song without crying. And so it took me a few times of listening to this song without crying. Or I take that back. It took me a few times of listening to this song before I could actually listen to the song without crying, because it just says so much in this one song. So I'm going to play it for you guys. It is Why Not Me by Tasha Page Lockhart. Let's take a listen. It's really, really empowering. It's really empowering, and we can all get something from it. So here we go.
When I look in the mirror, I see a girl, beautifully broken, perfectly flawed. I don't even know how I made it this far. And I'm asking myself questions like, why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? Then I said, you can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. And then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? Why not me? Why? One day I'm up, the next I'm down. Problems coming faster than I can count. Who can I run to? No one to talk to. Can somebody tell me what to do? Why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? You can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So why not me? I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day. Oh, this is my moment. There's no turning back. It took me a while, but I have no regrets. I've given my all, letting go of the past. I'm not gonna break, and I won't be afraid. Oh, this is my moment.
Why Not Me? How powerful is that song? How powerful is that song? I'm telling you, it took me a little while, but I got it. Why not me? And it says now that I realize who I am. Sometimes, unfortunately, there's people that never realize who they are and whose they are and what they're capable of. So I'm grateful every day that I know and I now know and I realize who I am, and that in spite of everything, God chose me. And so now I say, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Knowing that I have God within me who will never fail. And so March, guys, is Women History Month, right? Why not women? March is Women History Month, and we celebrate women and their contributions, or our contributions, around the world. I'm going to share with you guys some examples of powerful women that have made a change in the world in honor of Women History Month. And these women are women that have some kind of disability in some way. And so Rosa's Law, for example, was signed by former President Obama, which changed the mental retardation and intellectual disability term in the U.S. federal law. Her name was Rosa Marcelino, and she was the key component of advocacy on all the advocacy efforts promoting inclusive people first language for people with intellectual disability. Now, when we say people first language, I'm going to give you an example. We can say disabled person or person with a disability. Person with a disability is person first language. We always want to acknowledge the person first, then the disability, because the disability doesn't define me, it's a part of me, it's a diagnosis. So I remember when I used to introduce myself, my name is Yesse and I have spina bifida. Like, there's a whole world between Yesse and spina bifida, and that's what I had to learn. So for me personally, people first language is very, very important, as it is in the world of advocacy and disability. So that happened. Again, her name was Rosa Marcelino, and she did the advocacy efforts for promoting inclusive people first language for people with intellectual disabilities, which later went on for all disabilities. Loretta Claiborne, she went from being nonverbal. This is amazing to me. She went from being nonverbal to becoming the voice of the Special Olympics movement. If you know the Special Olympics movement, it is probably the largest organization that promotes and provides inclusive sports, different kind of sports for individuals, specifically with Down syndrome, but it's a little bit more inclusive now. So somebody to be nonverbal, literally cannot talk, no communication, to becoming the voice of Special Olympics, that was pretty amazing. And so that's what we're doing in the celebration of Women History Month and Disability Awareness Days and all of that. You know, sometimes people say, well, why do we celebrate those? It's because we're still educating. Fortunately or unfortunately, we're still educating on the disabilities and what we can do despite those disabilities. And that's why it's so important to continue the work, and more so for individuals that don't have disabilities, to help us be inclusive, promote the opportunities or provide opportunities, and be more community oriented for all people. So that's pretty much what I work for. That is what I work to do. And the last person that I found interesting, her name was Judy Heumann, Heumann. So I think that's Judy Heumann. She was sent home, okay? Mind you, you go to these certain places to get care and things like that. You want to work, and then these things happen. She was sent home from work for being a fire hazard, for being in a wheelchair, for being a wheelchair user, rather. And she ended up becoming the first wheelchair user to teach in New York City after the Board of Education denied her license. She was only denied for the doubt that she could no longer help a student in an emergency situation or go to the bathroom, or if she couldn't do those things on her own. It was assumed this because she was a wheelchair user. And so that's why she was rejected or denied her license to teach. So she sued and she won. Yeah, after she made the suit, she won. and she went on to teach for 3 years. So that's an accomplishment. You know, after that happened, she went on to teach school for 3 years, and to then she became the U.S. Assistant Secretary. Very fancy. She became the U.S. Assistant Secretary of Education for Special Education and Rehab Services. That basically implies anything related to students with disabilities in the education system. And then fast forward into rehab services, which could mean employment. It could mean anything post-secondary or anything that comes after high school for the students. So that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And that's why we celebrate Women History Month. And gentlemen, you'll have your day too. You'll have your day sometime. So it's awesome. It's really cool to learn about the different public figures that we either currently have or have had at some point in different lifetimes, to know that the inclusion and the individuals have been doing all they can to educate and to empower the community of individuals with disabilities and other differences, and also cultural differences all along before I was born. See, I'm still 21, so I'm still young, guys. So yeah, it's been a great journey. It's awesome to learn that there are people out there making a difference. And so it's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. And I hope you guys have awesome plans for the weekend. For me, it's rest up. Rest up, trying to take it easy and rest up. And then Sunday, of course, is church day. And we always look forward to coming to praise and worship on Sunday. It is at 11 a.m. So if you are in the area and you don't have somewhere where you go and worship, and you want to come by and visit, you are more than welcome to. We are at New Season Worship Center, 4660 North University Drive in Lauderhill. And give us a call. You want to find out information, you want to, get directions, you can give us a call. It's 954-533-8187, and we look forward to seeing you. You won't regret it. It's a great time. And don't forget, today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. We have one more weekday of our regular programming of the Pastor Steve Show with Minister Debbie Brown in the morning. So that is always fun to kick off the weekend. That's always fun to kick off the weekend. And then we start again on Monday, and we do it all over again with the Pastor Steve Show. And then later on in the evening, Faith Matters with Miss Mina. Miss Mina, where are you today? I don't see you. I love bugging her. It's fun. So don't forget to tune in to Faith Matters on Monday at 7 p.m. And we will do it all over again for you guys next week. So until then, have an amazing weekend. Please support your station because we are here for you. You guys know we talk about it, how to partner with our station. We are here if you want to promote something that you're doing. If you want to promote your business, you want to have a show, reach out and we'll be more than happy to talk to you. And there is a packet for everybody. I'm telling you, when I tell you that, honestly, there's something for everybody. So give us a call, 954-533-8187, or send us an email, seasonfmradio@gmail.com, seasonfmradio@gmail.com, and share the information, share the broadcast, forward that contact information to any business out there that you might be familiar with. Don't keep it to yourself. Eso no be nice. Okay, so until next time, guys, we will be back next week. Don't miss it. Another episode Thursday at 6:30 p.m. with Yesse. Have a great Friday.
The best songs on the radio. This is my only favorite station.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
We wait.
to see you